In this video, I'll show you a few things about drawings. Let's start a new drawing. I'm going to show you how to change the isometric view so you're not stuck with whatever the software dumps on you, and also show you how to handle tangent edges. First of all, I'm going to scale this down. Right click, edit view, scale it to half scale. Hit escape, and then I'm going to add a top view and my ISO. Right click, create. So that's not a good ISO view. So let's change that. So if you bring it into this box and right click and go to edit view, when you do that, this cube will pop up here. Just click on that little arrow that's to the right, lower right hand corner, and go down to where it says custom view orientation. When you do that, it'll take you back to your model. And what you can do here is get this view exactly the way you want it, and then that'll be the view you see as your ISO. So if you hold down your shift key, you can rotate it to get the view you want. Again, instead of looking at the back of the part, I'd much rather look at the front, and also try to show as many of the features as you can. When you get it the way you like it, just say finish custom view. It'll take it back to your drawing, and that's what you got. If you don't like it, again, click on that little arrow. So I like that, so I'm going to say OK. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. Now, something that occurs in a shape like this, because we have these tangent edges, so this line is tangent to that circle, this line is tangent to that circle, is sometimes those will show up. Something else you'll see before I do that. If you see up here, see that hidden line right there in the top view? That hidden line represents that point right there. That corner right there. So what you want to do is just hide that, because we're going to want to put a center mark in that, and it's going to be distorted by that view. If you just right click and see that check mark, just uncheck the visibility, and it just makes it where you can't see it. And then we could go in and add our center marks and our center lines, and you're not going to have interference with that kind of an edge. So whenever you see that, just right click on the particular line, and you can just turn off the visibility. So in this case, I'm not seeing tangent edges. So it depends on how your software is set up. If you right click on the box and do edit view, you see there's tabs up here. One of them is display options. Sometimes your software, this will be the default mode where the tangent edges are turned on, and I'll show you what that looks like. So see all these extra lines? So like, for example, what is that line right there? That's actually that tangent point between that arc and that straight line. It's very confusing on your drawing. If you need to, if you have tangent edges, you need to hide them, you can just right click and turn off the visibility. Same thing here, like what is that line? It's actually that tangent point that's projected up there. So it's very confusing. This is your hole. That's the side of the hole. So just turn those off. So same thing here. I got a lot of extra lines that are confusing the geometry of the part. So you can go through and hide the ones you don't want to see. And in fact, you need to turn those off. It's really not optional. Now, what do we have going on here? That is going to be the tangent edge for this intersection point there. Likewise. So that's a bunch of work to go in there and do that. So what you can do, again, right click, edit view, go to display options. If you want to turn them all off, which is typically the case, that'll take care of that. So it's a pretty easy thing to take care of as long as you know where that command is. Again, right click in the box, edit view, display options. If you want to show tangent edges, just make sure that's checked. Now notice they're showing up on this ISO view because I didn't click. If I come in here and right click edit view on that, see the tangent edges are on. I could turn those off. But a lot of times that helps you to see the geometry of the part. So it's not a bad idea to have that shown.